This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution. This is the future.
Hey guys, how's it going? Matt from Foulball Productions here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you're doing well because I'm doing phenomenally. Thank you so very much. This is the MFer Podcast number 41. I feel like it doesn't quite add up to an episode a week like most podcasts do because I haven't done this in months. And even before then, I was very spotty and inconsistent. But hey, you know what? Here I am. This craziness of what's going on with the world has called me out of my coffin. And I'm resurrected. And I'm back. It's your birthday, Papa Cotton? Hell yeah, dude. Happy birthday, brother. And your enthusiasm is very well received by me. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. It is good to see you. Sentient Dildo. Always the stalwart supporter. Thank you. At least I know I have 2 fans. That feels good. I can come back and talk to you guys. Oh, my word. It's been a while. I haven't talked to you guys in so long. I haven't talked to anyone. Haven't streamed. Haven't barely been making content. Been going through a lot. I broke up with my girlfriend about a month ago. That sucks. I got lunch with my buddy Jet today, which is actually, we should all thank Jet. Because he's like, oh, how's streaming been going? And I'm like, it hasn't. And I just had to kind of face it, like no one really asked me about it. And then I just had to kind of face it. And I didn't really have an answer as to why. So having Sentient Dildo, is that a Croatian thing? Y'all don't celebrate birthdays? I don't know. You gotta embrace yourself, You got to make yourself feel fabulous. What Dolly Parton say? If you don't toot your own horn, people won't hear you coming. Come on, Sentient Dildo. It's okay. It's okay to embrace birthdays. It's not gay. Certified not gay. So I just was like, I don't even know why I'm not streaming. I didn't really have an answer. I just haven't been doing it. Every time I'd think to do it, I'd be like, I don't know. I've been in a weird place. I broke up with my girlfriend about a month ago. 1.5 years. Not bad for me. That's pretty good. It's a pretty decent stretch. No hard feelings, No fuck that bitch or anything like that. It was just incompatibility, really. Not to say it was like, well, just looks like, see you later. It was, it was rocky. There was a lot of yelling, a lot of fighting. And I don't like that. It stresses me out. And we tried. We tried really hard. We gave it a real shot, Just we weren't right for each other. That's how it goes sometimes. That's how it goes. And so I'm single, so I'll have more free time. So now I have no excuses. No excuses. Here I am, live, single, before you all. Vulnerable. A changed man. Additionally, I got another cat. Things are really looking up. No girl, extra cat. Yeah, that's a little sad, actually, when you kind of put those things right next to each other like that. It sounds a little pathetic. But I did. She's a little tiny kitten named Roxy. Now, I would love to introduce her to y'all, and maybe I will at some point. But the thing is, I have all these soundproof panels all over the wall here, and she likes to climb them kind of a lot. It's fucking annoying, man. I keep trying to tell her not to like, stop it. I spray her and everything, and now just ripping these out. They're not cheap. She's just destroying them. So yeah, maybe we'll get to meet little Roxy. Obviously, I have Luke. You know that. And I almost called her Leia, right? Luke and Leia, obviously, but I couldn't. I got her like 2 months ago. Right when the Acolyte's on. Star Wars is just so gay. Speaking of gay things, sentient dildo, Star Wars, whoo, really gay, especially right now. So I just couldn't, in good faith, display to the world that I'm a fan. Because, I'm not really. Not anymore. I still like the old ones, but I can't be like, I'm a fucking Star Wars guy. I'm wearing a Rick and Morty shirt. I am generic. I couldn't do it. So I named her after my favorite my favorite punk singer, Roxy Epoxy. That's where her name originates. I'm sure you guys were desperately waiting to hear the origin of that. Well, hello. What's going on in the chat here? Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips. I would love to be on. Thank you, sir. Very much appreciated. Ascension Dildo said, damn, she's finally saw you for the liberal pussy that you are. I've been exposed. I was, my last you saw me, I was with my buddy Michael. That didn't go great. But he is indeed a big liberal pussy, and I'm trying to basify him, one incremental step at a time. But it's tough to get through that liberal force field of nonsense, But he's a good guy. We'll get him there. I got him reading basic economics. He's like, there's just so much wrong with this. I'm like, no, there isn't. It's all facts, you jackass. But anyway, Sammy boy. Hello, Sammy. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Yeah, good to see all of y'all. What the hell? Man, why is this? I haven't done this in so long, so I'm like kind of like the interface has changed. Like, whoa, why is it different? Why do things change? Man, I would have redirected, but I didn't know where you lived. Live, you mean Jed, lol. What the hell are you talking about? I'm confused. Well, anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll straighten it out. Anyway, live. MFer Podcast on Rumble as well. It's been a hell of a week, huh? It's been kind of crazy. I've been glued to Twitter. I don't know about y'all, but I have not been able to take myself away from my phone. First of all, the memes right now. Woo! This is a golden age of memes. We are in an era. We are in like Jerry Bruckheimer 90s action movie streak of memes. We are, fire. So good. I saw one, I put it on Twitter. Huge following there. Dozen of like, not even. I get no traction on Twitter. I don't really like posting on social media, even to promote. I just feel so cringy, but I probably should get used to it. Anyway, I saw one, and it was just like a slight ramp up to someone's door, and it was like, protect your family from the government. Get this slope defender. It's just, I was loving it. Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. Did you know this, though? This is breaking news just today. It does turn out, indeed, that the missing president has been found, and he is alive. President Biden is alive, and I guess apparently well. He didn't speak to anyone, but he did show his face. So, I don't know. Maybe Kamal let him out of the basement. I'm not sure. I don't know what happened. But he is alive. I'm trying to get this video up. And, of course, there's a endless ad on The New York Post, for whatever reason, I constantly choose to use that website to get my news out for y'all. I don't know why. It's always so frickin' tedious. Here we go. All right, I got it. Give me 1 second. There we go. Bam. Look at this. Our brave commander-in-chief is alive. Didn't know this.
You want him
Here
out
he is.
there on the campaign trail, or does she want to do this herself?
Look
I think
at
back
this.
to the 2000
This is exciting.
campaign
This
with
is
Bill
much
Clinton
like Groundhog
wanted
Day
to
when you
campaign
see
for
the
Al Gore,
groundhog
and
emerge
Al Gore
from his
said,
burrow.
"Thank you, but
Will
no
he see
thanks."
his shadow?
Here it comes.
Will he remain on 2 feet and make it to the airplane? We don't know. If he makes it, if he trips, we get 4 more years of Democrats. If not, we get 4 years of Republicans. This is a sacred tradition when the president emerges from his bunker. How are you feeling about leaving? Nope. Yeah. Yeah, there you have it. Biden's alive. Biden is alive, guys. Have no fear. Don't worry. It wasn't a coup. He's fine. Okay? Don't you be saying conspiratorial stuff like that on this channel. We don't endorse any such views. That the sitting president, the most popular president in history, drops out with a tweet. That's not suspicious, okay? And I don't want to hear anyone say that it is, because that's right-wing Nazi conjecture. I won't have that here, okay? No matter how fucking crazy, it doesn't add up. Oh, Sammy boy. Thank you, Samuel, for $4.99. Boy, that feels good. I haven't got a super chat in months. Thank you, Sam. Good to see you, buddy. Damn, sorry to hear about your breakup. Appreciate you. Here's some dollars to get you through this tough time. Also, you got a new book out. Nice. That was a smooth plug. Good work. What's the name of the book? Put the link in the chat so we can all share in the glory of Sam Whitfield, who is the fucking man, by the way. He is the man. Yeah, thank you for saying so. These things happen. Life goes on. I've had breakups before, We just had a breakup with the president. The president just dumped us. Does not want to seek re-election. What the fuck? That's crazy. I mean, it makes sense in this context, but like him and LBJ, that's it, right? Only ones who've ever done that. Bananas. And then a week before, Trump almost gets shot. Like, I was on the phone with my mom, and she's like, Trump just got shot at. And I was like, what? I opened up Twitter immediately, and I'm looking at it, and I didn't see the thing. I thought they were just shots like at the rally. I was like, oh, that's a bad look, but, no big deal. Then the day, and it just keeps more and more. You see the picture with the bloody ear. You see that New York Times picture with the bullet. Oh, man. That is insane. The libs were trying to say it was glass. It's like, that's the bullet right there. I can see it. It's caught on camera. Oh, and it has just been crazier and crazier and crazier. I saw yesterday, this was really making me laugh, the head of the Secret Service, that woman, boy, oh boy, were there some slam dunks on that woman in Congress. Boy, yeesh. It was a rough day at the office. She just got massacred. And one of them was AOC. AOC's based now? I don't know what's happening, dude. I don't know what's happening. I can't, my brain can't comprehend that I agree with AOC on anything. Why can't I open my Twitter? I was trying to open my Twitter. X. It's what's happening. It sure is. Oh, shit, I have to sign in. Which email do I use? I don't remember. Fuck. Is it this one? It is. Great. By the way, follow me on Twitter. At Foulball Pro. Foulball Pro, because that sounds cool, I suppose. Yeah, you guys got to... This is crazy. This is bananas. Where do we go? Profile. Why is my internet being shitty? There we go. I was like, I agree with the AOC. What? She's making some good points, dude. AOC, of all people. I'm like, yeah, I agree with AOC. What did I just think? What just went through my head?
when the threat environment is so high in the United States, irrespective of party, is not acceptable. And I think it's very important to understand that. This is not theater. This is not about jockeying. This is about the safety of some of the most highly targeted.
So before we continue, because, man, honestly, banger of a clip from AOC. Sounded articulate. Sounded smart. Like, kind of patient. Stumbled a little bit, but caught it. I was like, damn. What do you think? This is just pure self-interest? She's like, oh, shit, if that can happen to Trump, that could definitely happen to me. You think that's what this is? Because it might be. It is weird for her to, like, make a cool-ass statement. And she gets there. It's pretty good. I'm going to look at the chat real quick before we get a little further. Oh, Forbidden Ruin says that that was a body double of Biden. Hey, I said no right-wing conjecture here. That is racist. You're not going to support a black woman for president, bro? Racist. Finally, I was worried. Yes, Sajidullah was worried. I know. I could barely sleep. I was hoping he was going to be okay, honestly. The campaign office call was 1 trillion% AI. I didn't see that one. I didn't hear that. There's just so much flying by you all day long now. I mean, you blink and you miss like 7 huge news stories. Like, it has been the wildest couple months. I mean, damn. I mean, since the debate, shit has just gone nuts. Yes, Cheadle resigned at the same time Secret Service body cam was released, but there's no radio comms. Yeah, see, you're more up on this than I am. I just heard she pieced out, which you have to. Even if you did everything right, you still got to go. You can't stick around after someone almost shot the former president. You got to go. That's on you. You blew it. Sucks. Even if it's not on you, you just got to take that one. That's your job. I mean, you ask your agents to take literal bullets, you should take the proverbial one and just move on with your life. You can do private security. Although, I wouldn't hire her. I would not hire her. Sammy Boyd's book is called The Dogs of War. Way to go, brother. Way to go. Sam, Sanjay Dildo, it's a saying, okay? The Dogs of War is a saying. He can name his book that if he wants, okay? Don't be going after my boy. Okay. Sanjay Dildo says, you should be careful when politicians start saying shit you agree with. Something's afoot. I know. There's a great saying from, I think, Mark Twain, where he says, when you find yourself agreeing with the masses, it's time to stop and have, like, pensive reflection or something like that. And I was just like, that's really sharp. I think that's really good. I kind of realized that when I was an Obama supporter. Sorry, I was young, stupid, went to college. I didn't know better, okay? I hated Bush. I thought this was going to work. I was wrong. Obviously, I was wrong. Admit it, okay? I admit it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not that it mattered. Nothing was going to stop that guy. But yeah, I remember being like, it's weird I agree with everyone. It's not normal. Normally I don't. Thought that was an interesting, like, Oh, man, Forbidden Ruin, you were going. Hope, exactly. She's 75% Indian. She ain't black. But isn't her dad black? I looked it up. Her dad, I think, is black. I think he's like a Marxist economist. I was like, of course he is. Why wouldn't he be? Forbidden Truth says, I check independent news sources daily for updates. It's been a wild July. No kidding. No kidding. Papa Cotton. I've noticed that musicians are making more sense on Twitter than politicians. Interesting. I'd like to see some examples if you don't mind. No, he's less than 12.5% Jamaican. Well, it's the one drop rule, isn't it, Forbidden Ruin? Which I thought was a racist concept, but nope. You have any black in you, you're automatically black. That's how it works.
And valued targets internationally and domestically in the United States of America. So the idea that a report would be a party, wire policy, simply not something that we can accept here.
Here we go.
Director Cheadle, is there a standard perimeter that the Secret Service establishes around an event, or are those perimeters independently determined per event and scenario?
There is no standard. Every event and every venue is different and treated as such.
So each event has a different perimeter that is established depending on the logistics of that event. Now, you established earlier that the building upon which the shooter operated from was outside of that established perimeter, correct, for the Butler, Pennsylvania event?
It was outside of our secure perimeter, yes.
Now, that building was, I believe, 500. How far away was that building from the president?
It was approximately 200 yards.
200 yards. Now, the individual used
She
an
gets there, I swear.
AR-15 in order to act out his assassination attempt. An AR-15 has a range of about 400 to 600 yards.
Ooh, yikes. That's a rough one. That's a rough fact. Coming from AOC, that bubblehead who doesn't know shit about guns or really much at all, as far as I can tell, is still coming after you. That's bad. It is weird, right? There's a lot of shuffling going on, and I think we're all pretty well programmed to not trust the MSN, the corporate news, as Dave Smith likes to call it. And so, but now we're getting all this stuff thrown at you. I don't know what to think. Why am I agreeing with AOC? Why is she, like, grilling the secret security, what is it? Secret security? What the fuck is it called again? Secret Service. Jesus Christ. Why is she grilling her? Why is she grilling her so well? I didn't know she was even capable of that, honestly. And it seems too on Trump's side. Like, is the wind blowing and she's like, oh, we're going to be Republicans for a while. I should just, jump ship. It's a weird one. Or maybe she's just genuinely passionate about this. That seems, I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe she is. It's an odd one. Odd one for just a weird world. I woke up. That was one of the first things I saw was AOC dunking. And I was like, I agree with AOC. That was sharp. She was right, too. You ever see the picture from the angle? It's like the building is it's where you would go to take that shot. There's really nowhere else except for the water tower. But I mean, that's almost too obvious. It's just crazy. You're like, that wasn't accounted for at all. Not even a little bit. We're just, nah, it'll be okay. Don't worry about it. We don't need it. Pretty suspicious. Pretty fucking suspicious. I was listening to the Boys Cast last week, and Danny Polishuk said, it's as plausible as if Trump walked on stage and a catapult just launched him out into space. It's got that level of validity with all their responses and the sloped roof and all this shit. You're just like, what? How do you walk away from this not being conspiratorial? I don't. Lone gunman again. It's just some nut. Always is, huh? But then it's they caught him. They caught him well before. 20 minutes or something. He had a long time. And ooh, it's fucking close. You see that? You saw that video of the head turn with the mapping of the skull, and it just literally that saved his life. Oh, whoo! And I'm a little fired up about it. You know what I mean? I wasn't thrilled they tried to take out my sweet prince. I was a little upset, but I try not to get too into politics. You know what I mean? I think once you start getting in that too much, you start getting, to borrow a phrase from Sencha Diddle, kind of gay. It gets a little gay. But I did watch the speech that Trump gave at the RNC, at least part of it, because it was hour and a half. I'm not watching an hour and a half of anyone speak unless it's Ryan Long and Danny Polishuk of the Boys Cast, or maybe Shane. I watched Shane for that long. Anyway, the first 10 minutes, ooh, I got a little choked up. Not gonna lie, it's a good speech, solid speech. Obviously, he goes for a while, but talking about but I'm not supposed to be here. It was really ooh, golly. And then talking about the father, that's where the waterworks started. Father literally shielding his daughter and wife. Oh, guys, rough. That was rough. That was yeah. But it has been a crazy couple weeks. You don't need me to tell you that. You've been alive as well. I imagine there are people who are just not really aware of what's going on. I don't know how this doesn't compel your attention. President's almost killed. Former president. CIA or Secret Service, totally inept. No accountability whatsoever. No explanations. No, more and more crazy stuff keeps coming out of that guy and all the videos of people being he's there. And even before that, it was the debate was not even that long ago. 3 weeks ago, something like that. A month ago? It wasn't that long. Biden, what do they say? Out on his feet, like when you're boxing, you get hit out on your feet. That's what Biden was that whole time. I mean, I watched every second, and like obviously I like Trump. I want Trump to win, but I mean like I was like, oh come on, Joe, finish the sentence. You know what I mean? Like it's so uncomfortable. It's like you feel bad. I genuinely felt like bad for him. I'm like, oh my God, this is humiliating. You know, rough. Didn't care for it. But that happens. Then the assassination attempt. Then the Secret Service completely shitting the bed. Then, as people have been calling it, and I wouldn't endorse this point of view because it's right-wing conspiracy theory shit, it's like a bloodless coup. And all of a sudden, in that quick, Kamala Harris, actually, she's really great. She's a great prosecutor. You didn't know that. Yeah, she did really good job. All of a sudden, like, everyone's like, she's the fucking greatest. I haven't seen Kamala Harris in like 3 years. She's the candidate now. Like, what the fuck? This is crazy. The most popular president in history. Nope. Now we're done. See you. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye, Uncle Joe. Bye-bye. Off to go sniff some toddlers. Oh, Roxy's mewing. You guys want to meet Roxy? Come on. A kitten? That'll be more fun than talking about all this shit we've already been talking about. Let's meet Roxy. And then I got to get rid of her because she will climb up this wall and destroy all these expensive soundproof panels. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Hey, come here. Look. Kitten. Huh? There we go. This is little Roxy. There's probably an echo. I'm sorry. But this is little Roxy. She's rambunctious. She's nuts. Oh, she got something in her mouth. She's sweet. She's teeny, weeny little fluffer. And I do love her. But she is a lunatic. Aren't you just a little lunatic? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right. That's Roxy. All right, back to America being overthrown from the inside. Woo! You guys, big Kamala fans out there? You guys got your Harris 2024 stickers already? I got mine. It's big. It's too big for me to even show on camera. It takes up the side of my house, actually. Big block letters, about 6 feet tall, each one. Me and my buddy were reading some of her quotes. Ooh, those are some gems. Those are some gems. That compilation of her saying that stupid fucking phrase over and over and over. Oh, is this one? Okay. All right, buddy. Yeah, they're whatever. We've already watched enough videos. Ruben's here. Hello, Ruben. I have a pussy I play with too, Matt. Hey now, Ruben. Never change, big guy. Good to see you. Guess not so big, huh? Look at that svelte face. How's that weight loss journey going? I feel like you used to post a lot more. I haven't seen much. Maybe it's just my algorithm. I feel like something with the YouTube algorithm has changed, man. I feel like every time I used to open up, I could find stuff. Now, I feel like it's so reactive. If you watch like one genre of video, like, oh, I'll watch a video about Baldur's Gate. Then my entire algorithm's all Baldur's Gate. I'm like, no. It was well curated. I want to see some stuff about World War II, some stuff about Baldur's Gate, some stand-up comedians. What the hell? Crazy, right? Oh, this platform. Yeah, the passage of time. Ooh, that was rough. Yes. Yeah, that's a good one. The passage of time. It's like, I was listening to him, like, are you casting a spell on me? Like, what the hell is that? None of that makes any sense. It's like she's reading off some ancient runes and like a spell of confusion. Because I'm like, what? What the hell was that? And that what can be unburdened by what has been. Boy, she loves that one. There's a compilation of her saying that like 400 times. It is So uncomfortable. It seems like something like out of a sitcom, where you take like the line they have, their one-liner, and they just, like all the clips. It's psychotic. She really loves that one. And she's going to make a great leader. I can't wait. Can't wait. Forbidden Ruin. No, you're not a Kamala Harris fan? All right. You're reported. I'm reporting you to Joy Reid. Watch yourself. You're on notice. What did I think of the BlackRock versus Blackstone debate? I have no idea what that is, Central Dildo. I mean, I know what BlackRock is. Don't know I don't know what you're talking about. Let's find out. Oh, 3 months ago? Oh, come on. 3 months ago? That was like 7 years ago in today's news climate. You been paying attention? There's life-changing news stories every 4 minutes. I don't know. There's a Reddit post? This is an old one. I don't know, man. What is this? Can you give me like a TLDR for it? Biden versus Trump. I'm not. I'm confused. I'm confused. Please, let me in. Let me in on what you've got, Ascension Dildo, so I can bring it to the people. Ruben, I have been busy. I have a girlfriend, future wife. That's bold. Right on. Way to go. Good for you. And I have still healing slowly. Got to have medical tests for the next 3 weeks to fight. Listen, you know what to do. The future president told you what to do, Ruben. You got to fight, man. Okay? Good for you, buddy. I'm glad to hear things are doing well. Not so much in the old foulball camp, but that's okay. That's okay. These things happen. People part ways. Flowers they die, and then new ones grow. That sounds like a Wendell quote.
Sometimes, guys, you just gotta look at the flowers. Sometimes they die. Sometimes new ones grow.
Maybe I'll bring back Wendell. He can bring some wisdom to this political controversy. The last video I did put out, I liked. I mean, it's months ago now, but it was the Lil Tax Break, conservative rapper, non-woke rapper. I think he's got to make an appearance to talk about all the news. It's quite up his alley. That's his hero, Donnie T. Right? He needs, Plus he's catching charges. God, there's just so many. There's just so much. What do you guys think about the? I know it's a little old now because it happened 4 days ago, so that's old news. The Kyle Glass thing from what's it called? From what's that band? Tenacious D, saying "Don't miss next time." I guess that was actually like weeks ago now. I don't know. I can't keep up with what time passes and what happens. I thought it was a bad look. Yeah, there you go, Forbidden Ruin. That's right. That's what he should do. He should have a new song called "Bitch You Missed." I didn't like it, but I am into free speech and everything. A lot of people, it was a pretty controversial thing because I think most Tenacious D fans were just like, "What? I was gonna go to this show. What happened there?" And then there's the libs of TikTok. I guess she has been on a warpath, man. Anyone who said anything bad about her king got the full focus of her fury. She was going nuts. The only thing for me, it's a shitty joke, stupid, tasteless, not really even funny. I don't know. I don't like to see that all that much because, anyone and talking anything about COVID, right? Even in liking Trump or even kind of saying anything sort of even middle of the road for a long time was verboten. You couldn't do it. So it seems a little hypocritical that immediately the right, so to speak, is going after speech. That's quick. Very quick. However, I feel like that's playing by their rules a little bit. I as far as I know, not that I ever look to him to see what he's got to say about anything, but I don't think Kyle Glass is the type who would defend people who got canceled who he disagreed with. So it seems mighty bold of one to do it to him. It's kind of like, this is the game you play. I don't play this game, but you play that game. I feel like you kind of got to deal with it. It's just kind of got to happen, right? I don't know. I'm not like rooting for it. Like if I didn't know that happened, nothing in my life would be different at all. You know, I'm not a Tenacious D fan. I'd never go to a show, so it wouldn't be like, I'd be like, what'd he say? And it's like I said, it's douchey. It's just like, ugh. It was pretty cruel. It was like the day of or the next day for him to just be like, yeah, I wish you didn't miss. Like, Jesus, dude, you want him dead? You want his fucking brain splattered in front of a stadium full of people there to watch him? That's pretty brutal. It's a pretty brutal thing to say and wish. You know, I think like the punishment of stuff like that though is then everyone just gets to ridicule you and, you know, call you a bitch forever, you know, or for a long time. But like I said, it's a weird one because I'm just like, I feel like you play by those cancellation rules. I'm sure you were just happy and thrilled that all the speech guys were gone. So I don't know. I don't really care. I don't really care if Kyle Glass never tours again or if he does. I didn't even know that guy's name until recently. You know, I never saw the movie or anything. Not to say I hate it. I just don't care. Jack Black's comedy doesn't really interest me. I kind of prefer him more as an actor recently. He's been pretty good. Really good in that Jumanji movie. Man, I thought he was great. Playing the teenage girl is fucking hilarious. It was really, I thought it was spot on. I was like, God damn, dude, you're nailing that. Papa Cotton says, wishing things isn't illegal. Facts. And guess what? Those facts don't care about your feelings. Remember that. Haven't heard anything from Shapiro. Has he been dropping douchey takes, or is he just kind of... I mean, the Republicans they're having a moment. The right wing in this country is having a moment. There's a surge. There's all these people coming out of the woodwork to support the king. Hail. It's been, I mean, you know, if you're a right-wing pundit, a right-wing guy, now's a good time for you. You know, it's, yeah, I don't know, but I have not been paying attention. I can only watch a little bit. There was like the news, like I needed the news. I wanted to know what was happening, but it's kind of cringe, I think, you know, even if I agree with people, to just watch people just agree. I just don't find that interesting. Like, I feel like I'm a big fan of Sargon of Akkad, you know, Carl Benjamin. I think he's great. Every time I watch the Lotus Eaters, though, I'm like, I wish there was some House Lib that they could just disagree with or could kind of explain things to. Because he actually was on Tim Pool the other day, and not much of a fan of Tim Pool. I find him to be such a fucking turd. Not that, you know, he's just like, ugh, he's so annoying. Such a tool. Shut up, Tim. But he had a really good discussion with Carl Benjamin and it was great. I watched that whole podcast because Carl's whole new thing is like sort of deconstructing even the concept of classical liberalism, just kind of like its very roots, going back to like John Locke and just critiquing it and like this whole, and he's very well thought out and articulate. I probably would do a bad job relaying his arguments, but that fascinating. Why did I bring that up? Because Tim was being a tool and Sargon. Cancelization. Shit, I totally lost my thread. I have no idea what I was going to say. that just fell apart. House of Cards went down. Hopefully it'll come back to me. In the meantime, though, I'll look at the chat. Look at the old chat. See what you guys are doing. Dim Fool is a liberal fence post rider with splinters in his cavities. Carl is right. I think so. He makes a compelling argument. I never really saw it that way. I kind of was more in the James Lindsay camp of classical liberalism works, you know, and it's just run amok with kind of more extreme left wing. But Carl makes a really great counterpoint to that, and I'm kind of like, I fuck with that. That was a very smart. He's just very articulate. He's very well read and well researched. I don't really catch him speaking outside of his comfort zone or what he knows very often. So I really am a fan. You know, I can only kind of consume so much like serious political talk. Like I started watching the Jordan Peterson Elon Musk interview. I got about 40 seconds in. I was like, never mind, I'm good actually. I'm gonna go listen to old episodes of Matt and Shane play Baldur's Gate 3. Sounded like I was about to say something violently racist. Does that help? That just doesn't narrow it down. That's just hard to. No, that doesn't. I got nothing. Papa. Lots, just a storm of racist comments just flying through my head, but none of them were the one I was going to say. So I don't know. Lindsay is deluded aside from his woke research. He really seems to kind of have lost his mind a little, huh? His Twitter presence, I don't know. I feel like Sentient Dildo might be a lurker on Twitter. I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, I don't know if you're on Twitter is my point. But man, he was losing his mind with this right-wing nationalism stuff. It was all he was talking about. And I was like, weird flex, bro. I feel like most of your fans are probably going to be, nationalistic to a point. Probably a lot of them are Christian. I don't know. I don't know if he was trying to expose like deep state, like deep state, like PSYOP type things or false flags. If he was trying to like say, keep a lookout on that or something, I didn't know. But it was weird. I thought it was a weird one for him to just go so hard. And I'm like, normally he's just got such good takes. The meme game has stepped up since the assassination attempt and the coup. He's gotten a little more. His meme game is back on track. So yeah, but I think that's what's kind of interesting about what has been happening over the past few years, right? Like, you got Jordan Peterson on Rogan, what was it, 8 years ago, something like that, just flattening the woke agenda, which I hate so much, just flattening it. And I had never really heard it articulated like that. You obviously would always get a conservative point of view, but you wouldn't really get like someone who was so meticulous and could kind of like take it apart, and he got obviously famously, trampled by the woke mob. And then that, you have his work, right? Then you've got like the James Lindsays, you've got the Eric Weinsteins, you've got a lot of actually like really rational, smart, intelligent people that are picking apart what's going on. They're showing you, right? Like if you're not, not say inoculated, but that's not the word. What's the thing when you're in something? I keep wanting to say inoculated, anointed? Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. If you're not anointed, if you're not like in the thing, indoctrinated, I guess. That's not even the word. Anyway, whatever. If you don't have all the inside knowledge, you don't know what the fuck's going on. You don't know why all of a sudden white men are like the villain and like everyone's trans and all this, like women or hate men. You don't understand it, right? It's like you could see pieces and kind of put the puzzle together, but then you've got someone who works on the inside just creating this beautiful tapestry. And you're like, oh my God, wow, that's what's going on? Shit. That makes a lot of sense. I think I was trying. It wasn't indoctrinated. It was some other word. It was like when you're in on the scheme, not inundated, not. Maybe it is anointed. Doesn't really matter. I'm still hung up on this word. I'll get it, guys. But then I think like the conversation has continued to grow, right? It did look like maybe what has happened is the woke left like went nuts, and we got. Just too far off the path of classical liberalism. And we just need to return back to that. But the conversation just keeps going, and like smarter and smarter people keep contributing to it. And then you've got like what looks to be like someone like Carl kind of like getting to the answer of like understanding that actually the whole foundation was flawed. And that takes time, right? But we do live in such an interesting time where like things like that can just go, we all have access to that information, right? You don't need to go to a library. It's not going to take a researcher 7 years to write a book, and then you'll be well behind like the next wave of the woke agenda, which I hate, guys. You know that about me. I hate it. I hate that woke agenda so much. Oh, fires me up. But I think we just live in an interesting time when it comes to political discourse and discussion and all that stuff. Roxy, you hear? Can you hear? Maybe it's not picking up on the mic. She's mewing quite a bit, but I can't let her in because she'll climb the wall. She will literally climb the wall. Can't do it. All right, what do you guys say? I truly despise the common sense libtard intellectuals. Yeah. I mean, I feel like weren't conservatives such dickholes though for so long? Isn't there a reason why this stuff, why normal people kind of like latched onto it? Like, weren't they such twats? I just feel like it's anyone who gets in charge, they just start becoming a cunt, and you just want to resist it no matter what. I do think organizing a society, though, for long-term growth and structure, the conservatives are correct, especially if you're like a genuine small government conservative, then yeah, economic libertarianism and strong moral values, it seems that was working for the country for a while. Should try it again, see how it goes. But it's I definitely think watch that Tim Pool Carl Benjamin argument, because that's what I was trying to say. Bam! I got it. Because Tim Pool didn't know what he was saying. He didn't know what his point of view was, and so Carl was very meticulously laying it out and explaining it to him. When he does his show Lotus Eaters, it's just the four of them just agreeing with each other, and it's boring. I'm not saying there has to be someone different, but I find those guys so much more fascinating when they're explaining something to someone who doesn't agree with them already or hasn't heard these arguments yet. It's just so much more valuable entertainment, I think. Like, that's why I think Rogan was so good for so long, because he would have these people on, and he's always like, I'm the idiot. I don't know. You explain it to me. And so then he's there just listening. And then he's also got, comedians' timing and like a sense of what's entertaining, so you keep the conversation moving and the ball rolling. But I think conservatives would do well to, have like a House Lib or someone who's just kind of like there to just be told things, and like, because I just think whenever I listen to like an echo chamber show, I'm like, ugh, shut this is so cringe. Like, even if I agree with you, I'm so grossed out. Like, I don't like preaching to the converted. I don't like all us. Aren't we all so right? We're so right, guys. Isn't it great being right? It's like, shut the fuck up. It's like, it's so uninteresting. Such a waste. Sencha Dildo, ooh, I don't like the online conservatives too. Plus, they're not really conservative. They're progressives driving the speed limit. That's funny. Huh. That's pretty funny, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know the true definition of conservative. I actually saw some guy put out a video about, why American conservatism isn't conservatism, what conservatism really is, and blah, blah, yada, yada. I don't know. But I think I have an idea of what it is in my head. It is weird because when I was a kid, like, conservatives were very passé, They were the ones, it was like the Catholics were the ones like telling people what you couldn't say, and parental advisory stickers, and, violent video games, and they were all so fucking lame. Who knew they were right, though? When they said certain groups were destroying the American family, they were fucking right. I did not anticipate that being the case. It sounded like batshit crazy, old kooky man, like grumpy old man shit. Nope. They were correct. They were 100% correct. Jake Diesel, still a member, despite the fact I do no content. That is a fucking good man. Take you out to dinner, sir. You've been giving me money for fucking years. I haven't even streamed, let alone do member content. Oh my God. I feel like Sentient Dildo's brain is now going. He's like, I bet you do lots of member content when you're not on screen. I get it. Papa, Protect Our Parts episodes are so long that you can see Rogan not getting jokes. He's a great interviewer, but he's not that funny. He's funny enough. A lot of people get on Joe for not being funny. But Jake, I'm like one of those subscription services that you just found on your page. Like, oh shit, I still pay for that? I still pay for Disney Plus? Fuck! I didn't know. Yeah. Thanks, Jake. I mean, very good of you. You can unsubscribe whenever you want, brother. Oh, fucking hilarious. But no, I think people get on Rogan a little bit too much. I think they give him shit for no reason. Like, I think he's not, I don't really watch all of it, but it's like, it's kind of like I was talking with Brahma Bull here on the MFer Cocktail Lounge one night. And him just all this like resentment because Metallica sucks now and they haven't been good. I'm like, yeah, okay. No one's good forever. They gave you some of the best albums in metal, so just appreciate that, Yeah, Rogan's not as entertaining. He's much more lectury now. I think he used to be more. He's funny when the comics are on though. Like Protect Our Parks is still hilarious. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like, look what he's given us. You know what I mean? Like the amount of comedians. He's got the Mothership, like Kill Tony's like the biggest show. I don't know. I don't really like going after people like that unless like they're doing something that's like actively against who they used to be in a way that's like, oh, you fraud. You know, like I'm not a Bill Burr fan really anymore. Like he takes real weak ass takes a lot, and I'm like, Bill, used to like you, buddy. Why are you being so gay? You know, but people hate Bert Kreischer. Like hate him. In a way I'm like, why? Like you don't have to watch him. Like there is no one forcing that guy down anyone's throat. It's not like, you know, the way it used to be where there's only like a handful of comedy specials and they're only being given out to like select people. Like there is so much comedy out now. It's almost diluted. So the idea that you hate, like, oh, that fucking guy, it's like, what do you ever do? I mean, you don't find him funny. Okay, fine. Don't watch him. That's what I do with comedians I don't like. I don't fucking watch them. Why would it make me mad? Who gives a shit? I never watched, you know, like, I didn't like when it was like, this is the funniest comedy ever. And it's, you know, Amy Schumer or Hannah Gatsby. And like, this is what comedy is now. And like, they weren't giving specials to real comedians, you know, and no one was independently producing it like the way they are now. And that made me mad because they were forcing it down my throat and I didn't like it. But no one's forcing Bert Kreischer down anyone's throat. You don't have to watch him. Just don't. I don't know. Like, it's weird. People getting on about Tom Segura not being funny anymore, fair. That's fair because he's not. And that sucks. But that's just him kind of changing and not being like, you used to like the guy, now you don't. That's different. That's like a fan just being like, you changed. That's different. People who just outwardly always hate Bert and have like this fire, I don't understand it. It blows my mind. And it's not just Bert. I just see it with other comedians, other people. You just like, so don't watch. Who gives a shit? What do you care? Anyway. Forbidden Ruin. People watch people they don't like hoping for a crumb of something to hate, like old Howard Stern. Yeah. That's a crazy thing. That's a crazy way to go through life. I used to, I wanted to be like, you know, Critical Drinker, Nerdrotic, those types of guys on YouTube. That's who I used to want to be. You know, I used to kind of follow in their footsteps and critique media and all that stuff. And when, what was that? The Lord of the Rings show. I remember like gearing up, ready to just like dunk on this show and, you know, fight the good fight. I got one episode in and I was like, why would I do that to myself? Why would I sit through this fucking shit just to make videos and get upset and critique? I don't want to do that. That's not who I am. Like that moment broke it for me. I was like, I'm not doing that. I don't understand how people hate watch shit. Like I get it if you are a guy like Gary or Critical Drinker and you already have a giant platform and there's already people clamoring to hear what you've got to say about it. Yeah, that's your job. You got to do it. But that wasn't me. And I do not want to make that my living at all, or even my hobby or anything. That sounds miserable. No, thank you. You know? So I don't understand hate watching at all. I mean, it just makes you upset. So why do it? I don't know. There's just so much good content out there. Why would you bother watching the shit that upsets you? Just don't do it. I don't know. That just blows my mind. Rage farming reminds me of the fandom. Oh yeah. Yeah, but there were some genuine reasons to get upset back then. Now I think if you're pissed at the Acolyte, I'm like, what the fuck have you been doing with your life, dude? Obviously it sucks. Why would this? They've all sucked. Why would this one be different? They've sucked since the fucking Force Awakens. You think that, what, they're going to correct the ship? With someone making the gayest Star Wars ever? What, you think this time it'll work? What? Why are you even giving it any attention? I don't understand. Like I said, guys who farm it for content, you know, people, if you guys were all asking me to review The Acolyte, okay, I'd probably do it. Even though you guys are a bunch of dirty trolls and you'd probably do it just to upset me. I'd probably do it. But I mean, I don't know. I don't understand. Hello, E. Clay Thomason, also still a member. Dude, thank you. That is fucking generous. Like I said, if you want to unsubscribe or what is that? Unjoin, please. I won't be offended, dude. My feelings will not be hurt. I barely do this. I imagine I will do it again, but I don't want to make promises that I'm gonna and then don't do it. So no hard feelings at all, E. If you want to stop, I really appreciate it, dude. But just so you know, I like Jake didn't even know he was still subscribed. So just saying. I don't hate watch podcasts, but I will watch the lowlights. I mean, you sent me some good stuff, like the some of the Brendan Schaub stuff was pretty interesting. I thought there was a mini documentary someone put together of why Brendan Schaub had such a decline. I thought that was interesting because I didn't know. But it wasn't hate watch. I wasn't like, yeah, get this fucking guy. I remember, whatever. Never mind. Papa thinks it's funny. I guess so. If that's what you find funny, that's cool. If it's not just there to just get upset, I think, whatever. Hey, man, more power to you. I unfollowed close to 250 channels of people that have done nothing but lie to their audience since 2015, and it only took me 2 years of watching to catch on. Ooh. Can you DM me some of who they are? I'm very curious about who they are. I just want to know. Being a fan of someone for 2 years and realize they were lying to you, that's interesting. That is very curious. I'd say I don't really watch a lot of the channels I used to. I just don't. I feel like we're in such a post, like, just a few years ago, literally before Elon got Twitter. Like, it was tough, man. We were in a place where you were not allowed to say shit. And we was only so many media outlets, and they were all praising this fucking hot garbage that was destroying all the things we loved. That's a tough thing to go through. I'm not that resilient to just be like, doesn't bother me. It did a lot. And so, I definitely consumed a lot of like the this is bullshit entertainment or, like videos and stuff like that. Thing is, though, the word's out. Everyone knows. So, and they're like a joke. There's just so much more. We've evolved. So I don't need that anymore. So that's just how I look at it. It's just not that like I think there's anything wrong with it. It's just for me, I know already. Got it. You know what I mean? Got it. We all know, dude. We all know. Brendan Schaub will never not be funny. I still think his appearance at Skankfest was pretty baller. Went on that show. Ate some crow. Ate some humble pie. I liked it. I was there for the return arc. I thought it was good. Speaking of which, I am going to Skankfest this year. Yes! It's going to be fucking crazy fun. I hope. I'll probably just be in a blackout the whole time. But I want to go. It would be worth it just for the FU guys if we made you watch that. You guys did make me... God, someone made me watch some show. I forgot what this was. It was like a year ago. Oh, it was the other one. It was not the Acolyte, the one with Rosario Dawson. And I went on the Pop Culture Guys show. They asked me to watch that, and I was like, okay, I mean, we're going to talk about it. But I was like, phew. Boy, I don't want to do that. Boy, I don't want to do that. Only thing I saw from the Acolyte is that Space Comedy Lesbian Witch Dance scene. That was hilarious. Word. Absolutely hilarious. I'm not going to lie to my audience. I don't pay for Disney Plus and pays $20 a month when the camera's off and spends $300 watching a movie I record myself hating. Oh, yeah, that's such a weird thing to lie about. Why would you lie about that? I don't know what. I can't imagine watching a movie, telling you guys I hate it, and then secretly being, I actually love it. Why do that? What's the point? Oh, I knew. You know that meme about the joke going over the guy's head, Matt? Oh, okay. I genuinely thought it was you didn't know because I'm never here, man. I'm never here anymore. You know? You don't have Twitter. Oh, well. I know you don't watch Kill Tony, but Shane Gillis and Adam Ray nailed it during the Biden-Trump. I did watch that whole episode. That was phenomenal. That was hilarious. Although, dude, do you watch, like, the whole bucket pull sets? That is excruciating to me. Like, excruciating. Sorry, I said excruciating. X, not in X. Excruciating to me. Those bad comedians, man, oh my God. And then they go on, and then they talk, and they're so boring, and they can't say anything funny. I know it's a big stage. I understand that. You're literally being watched by millions of people. I mean, it's a room, but I've been the comedy mothership room. It's a big room. If I just bombed in front of all those people, I don't know how articulate I'd be. I get it. But, brutal. I cringe so hard. So hard. I oscillate so much between watching that show, between loving stand-up comedy and hating stand-up comedy. I'm like, I hate comedy. I hate comics. They suck. I hate it all. Like, I just get so like, oh, you suck. It's so frustrating. Oh, but I know I did watch that one, and I watched the most recent one with Matt McCuskey and who was the other one that was on? Rogan. Good, but brutal to watch. All right, we've reached an hour, so that I can segue out of politics and shit. I'll tell you what I've been watching. I watched Dark Matter on Apple Plus. Anyone see Dark Matter? Meh. Started off really interesting. It's basically like Rick and Morty for adults, right? I'll try not to be too spoilery. But, like, essentially this guy opens up a dimension to another dimension. And it's the infinite multiverse thing again. I mean, boy, there's well-tread ground at this point, I'll say. He gets kidnapped by a version of himself, and they swap lives. And then he spends the rest of the movie trying to get home to his family. That's it's basically the plot. That's the pitch. That's the elevator pitch of that. It starts off really good, but it just really peters out. And by the end, I was like, that's the ending? Oof. I don't know. Has anyone seen it? Did anyone check it out? Oh, boy. You love that show? Are you talking about... You're not talking about what I'm talking about. You're talking about Kill Tony. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. There's a new Dark Matter, not the sci-fi one. No, it's on Apple Plus with... Oh, that British guy. That doesn't narrow it down. What is that guy's name? Sam Worthington? Is that his name? Joel Edgerton. You know, Jennifer Connelly. Yeah, Dark Matter. It's based off a novel of the same name. It's a pretty popular show for a while. I watched a lot of Apple stuff. I watched... what is the name of that show? Oh, my God. It was with... wow, my brain can't pull up anything right now. Okay, I'm just going to have to go to Apple Plus shows. What the hell is the name of that show? It was Sugar. That's right. With the Irish, with Colin Farrell. Okay. I actually did remember the Colin Farrell once I saw his face. Sugar. I actually did watch that. And that started off amazing. Incredible. And then it did not end that way. And I want to spoil it right now. So I'm just going to clearly, explicitly say this and give you time. If you do not want that show spoiled, if you want to watch, hello, lovely Sherry. If you want to watch Sugar on Apple Plus, do not stay here. Move on, because I am going to spoil it. I'm going to give away the biggest spoiler in the show. So I'm giving you fair warning. I do not want you getting upset, just so you know. Okay, I feel like enough time has passed. So, show starts off, pretty interesting premise. Essentially, this detective, this guy, he's like a private eye, right? He's played by Colin Farrell and does a great job. He is in like Japan, solving some case or whatever, goes back to LA, gets on this case, right? And it's very hard scrabble. It's very detective noir. You know, it's narrated. He talks about all this stuff, and it's like, you know, he maybe has like a drug issue. We're not really sure, but it's like got that kind of old school, noir detective thing, a Humphrey Bogart, all that type of shit. And it's interesting. And there's some big producer, some big Hollywood producer, and his granddaughter's gone missing. And no one's seen or heard from her. There's all these kind of suspicious connections, but the parents aren't really looking for her. It's just a grandfather. I guess she's like a junkie, and apparently goes missing every once in a while. So he sets out to like solve the case. And this goes on for several episodes. And it's very compelling. It's very interesting. Until smack dab in the middle of the season, like I'm talking, we're like 5 episodes into this show. Out of nowhere, guess what? He's an alien? He's an alien from another planet. What? What the fuck are you talking about? No, he isn't. You can't just change genres halfway through a show. What the fuck are you talking about? No, he's an alien. He's a purple alien. And then he's got all these alien friends. And they are on Earth to observe or something. It was such a curveball. I was like, what? Like, I was watching it with my girlfriend at the time. My girlfriend who was my girlfriend at the time. Not my girlfriend now. And neither one of us could get past this to finish the show. And even when they resolve it, you're like, okay, what's with the aliens though? Who are they? Why are they here? Where are they from? Why are they so vulnerable if they can travel interstellar spaces? Why are they scared? What the fuck could they possibly be scared of? Why are they leaving, like, running for their lives? Like, from what? It better be other aliens that are mean, because it sure shit shouldn't be people, because they'd all have, pocket nuclear bombs or advanced space rays or something, because they traveled to this planet undetected, by the way. Got to be pretty good. It was such a fucking insane choice. And apparently the writer put it as a reveal at the end of the first episode, initially, which he should have kept. Then it would have been interesting. Then you've got the two dual narratives going. You got the detective thing. Also, was he an alien? That's weird. What's that all about? They introduced it in the middle of the fucking season, out of nowhere. Well, you think maybe he's like a heroin addict or something. That's it. Turns out he's injecting himself to stay not looking like an alien or something. It was so fucking insane. It broke the show for me. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't enjoy it, And I wanted to. I really liked it. But man, what a dumb decision. Oh my God. Colin Farrell has been on a great run for some time. Colin Farrell is amazing. I think he really picked up with In Bruges. That was the first time I ever saw him, and I'm like, yo, this guy's fucking badass. Like, I used to hate Colin Farrell. When he was in that America movie where he plays, like, John Smith or whatever, like the Pocahontas. Appalling. Just awful. Like, unwatchable. And he was, he seemed like such a douche. But, man, since then, he is so good. He's really good in that Batman movie. He's really good in The Lobster. Oh, my God. He's phenomenal in that movie. He's on a different level. Like, when he's going, and he's great in this show. It's just the stupidest plot twist in the history of cinema. I mean, it's just so fucking dumb. You can't change genres halfway through. Nope. Can't do that. Can't be in the middle of Braveheart and someone pulls out a fucking ray gun. That's not how that goes. You got to stick to your established rules. And the rules are, we're in a grounded, hard-scrabble detective story, not a fucking multi-planet science fiction alien story. What the fuck are you doing? And look, if you're one of those people who's like, there's no rules you could do, okay, fine. It ruined the show for me. Destroyed my enjoyment. And I can't imagine I'm the only one. I was there with my ex-girlfriend. She hated it too. So I can't imagine I'm the only person being like, what? I don't know. In Bruges is phenomenal. Love that film. Hasn't aged all that great. I do love that movie, but that guy's writing style kind of grates on me a little bit. He's really into his cute dialogue. He thinks he's so cute and funny. So I get a little over that guy, the writer. But it is still a great movie. It's not up there with like the greats, but it's really fucking enjoyable. Not sure what the price difference over here is, but my shadow. Are we talking about guns? I'm talking about firearms. Cool. He is funny though. Yeah, no, he is. It's a nitpick. It's really just more of a personal taste thing. But I think the guy's just a little too. I think he's too in love with his own writing, to be completely honest. But whatever. I mean, who gives a shit? It don't matter. I did watch the Ben Franklin show on Apple Plus. Now that was good. That was a good show. That was a very entertaining 10 episodes, 10 I think, about Ben Franklin trying to petition the French to help America during the Revolutionary War. That was really good. Recommend that 100%. That was really solid. Other than that, I can't think of anything else that stood out. Stench Dodo, I'm rewatching The Expanse. Ooh! It's like, okay, this is interesting. So, because this broke me years back. Is that that was 4 years ago? Is that 3.5 years ago? Yeah, like 3.5 years ago, not 4 years. Anyway, it's like 3.5 years ago. When The Expanse, Jake was there. When we watched when The Expanse broke. I think it was like episode 6 or something when The Expanse broke. And it was Avasarala pulled a Kamala Harris and just had a coup in the background. Yeah. And then everyone's just talking in hallways and nothing makes any sense. And Naomi breathes. Anyway, I rewatched The Expanse because I'm writing a parody show on The Expanse right now. I'm gonna film myself and be all the actors and all that shit and in my glorious studio here. I hope you like it. It's gonna be a little longer than most of my things. It's gonna be like at least like around 10 to 12 minutes an episode. So that's a big ask. I understand, but bear with me. If you like me, hopefully you'll like it. Anyway, I don't know when that's coming out, so don't worry. There's a lot more work, a lot more editing than normal, a lot more back stuff to do. I have to like outsource some shit. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You don't care. Maybe that's coming. So just remember that's coming. When it does, put it everywhere, guys. Put it on the shout from the mountaintops. Anyway, so in order to research for that, I was rewatching the entire show. Started from the beginning, but it's effortless. Like, I love the first 3 seasons so much. I just tore through it. Like, and then I got to the 4th season, and I hadn't rewatched the 4th season since the first time it came out. I hadn't gone back and rewatched it, I don't think. Maybe if I had, it was only like a few episodes. I definitely didn't do a thorough rewatch because there was parts I was like, oh, what happens here? I don't quite remember. Better than I remember. Still not as good as, still not near the caliber of seasons 1 through 3, but better. I think I just had a different vision for where the story was going to go at the end of season 3 when he's standing on that beach and looking at all the portals. And I'm like, oh, well, I mean, fuck, what the fuck, Roxy? She won't stop. Hi, Roxy. Fucking cat. Hi, Lukey. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just had like different vision for what The Expanse was going to be after that. I thought, oh, it's going to be huge, right? We're going to go to all these different planets. Come here, you little fucker. We're going to try a bunch of, it's just going to be a bigger show. And then they were immediately like back to Belters and Inners fighting, and there were so many things on that planet that I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. How come you're not wearing like biological respirators? Like, well, there could be some disease that could wipe you all out. And then there was like the eye thing. Anyway, no, I didn't read all the books. I think I read the first 3, maybe. I don't remember. But no, I did not. So I did not. Oh, hi, Sunshine Dildo. Yeah, so I didn't know what to expect. So I was a little let down by it, just a little bit. And then we all went through season 5. So right now I'm actually in the middle of my season 5 rewatch. So it's like emotional, right? It's like emotional because I mean, I was on the road visiting Austin to see if I was going to move here when we did this stream. And I was telling everyone the fucking show broke. It got woke. Jake was there. And I forgot who else was there. 70s rock fan, maybe? I forgot. I was just like, no, they did it. Like, I couldn't believe they did it. It broke me. And I went through a dark time, man. I was mad at content for a while. Like, I was like, I thought that one would escape. That took me down. Like, I was like a warrior, dude. I was a cultural warrior for sure. To mixed success. But now I'm back in that, and I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to take it getting there because it's still in the good part. We're still in the beginning where the asteroids hit the planet. And you're like, holy shit, this has gotten so much bigger. It's so interesting. So hi, Lukey Bot. So I don't know. I will, I'll have to report. Well, you're way less gay now. You'll be able to be more objective. You weren't objective. We were all, I feel like, on the same page about that one. But you know what? Who knows? It was 3 years ago. Maybe I was being a little gay. I was upset. They ruined it. They fucking ruined it. And they come back with that fucking 6 episode last season, which was still pretty good. But I haven't rewatched that, and I hadn't rewatched season 6 yet. So I'm curious. I feel like I have to, white knuckle it a little bit to get through some of those scenes, especially with Naomi and her fucking son. Oh my God. It's so overwrought and like emotional. Yes. Yeah, we started dissecting it, Jake. And we started to get into it. We started to talk about, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Because the logic of it was gone. And like, Peaches is like this good person. It's like, she is a murderer. Cold-blooded murderer. She did do a nice thing and not, kill everyone and she helped save humanity, which was pretty redemptive. But no, she was like a murderer. She like crushed that guy's head and shoved him into a locker with her augments, like she ain't a sweetie pie, but he was, he's an innocent. He's just a guy, an electrician who liked her. Okay. All right. Now she's climbing. Fucking cats. Fucking cat. She's great though. She's just rambunctious, as you can see. Yep. She's nuts. Wild. Absolute wild animal. I thought it was very good considering the standards they set up at that point. Didn't think it was particularly woke, just lower quality. I'll have to go back. And see how I feel about it. Like I'll have a full report for the next time I stream Dildo, and we can crack it open and get back into it. It is super fun because like the concept of my show is like kind of like a parody, like set in the same universe, which I'm not sure the legalities of that. I don't know if I'm like breaking copyright law. And then I've experimented like using like the terms and stuff like series and Tycho Station and shit like that. And I'm like, this is parody, which is legal, but does this count? Like, cause it's not, I don't know. But basically it's just an ancillary story set in the same universe that's much more comical in nature. I think you'll like it. I think it's fun. And I think it is fun to like, just to make it, to like live in that world, like mentally while I'm like writing and creating the show. It feels like I'm living in the world of The Expanse again, which is my favorite, universe of fiction. So that's kind of exciting. If you don't wear wigs and dresses, it won't work. Don't worry, buddy. Don't you worry. If that's the condition which will make it work, we're good. It's gonna work. I'm a crazy person, man. Flat out. Like, I was just watching. I was like editing. And I'm like, I'm nuts. This is insane. I'm a lunatic. I'm a fucking lunatic. All right. Well, with that, I'll leave you with the plug for the new show that I don't even know when. I can't even give a mild of when that's going to be out. I think I'm gonna have my friend if he'll score it. My friend Michael. He's a musician. You don't think it's a copyright issue? I hope not. I mean, things like Tycho Station are. Things like Belta Loda, stuff like that, I'm pretty sure is all copywritten. I mean, that's their own IP. But I am making fun of it, so technically that's parody. I don't know. I'm not really sure what the laws are there. I'm going to just kind of roll the dice and hope I don't get, a cease and desist. And if I do, I'll move on to something else. I don't know. A little tax break. I'll have an interview show or something. I don't fucking know. You guys are great. Thank you. This was so much fun. Every time I do this, I'm like, why don't I do this more? So you guys are great. Thank you for the warm reception. Super fun. Papa Cotton, fucking man. Thank you for that. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Papa Cotton. Everyone, can we all put cakes in the chat to celebrate happy birthday? Senjin Ditto thinks that's gay. I disagree. I think we should all give a warm Foulball Productions welcome. Okie dokie. See? This is her climbing the wall. I told you. Wasn't making it up. Wasn't just trying to hide some pussy from you. Yeah. Anyway, you guys have been great. Jake, Dildo, fucking E. Clay, the other dude. What's his name? Without that long name, he must have left. Forbidden Ruin. Fuck yeah, dude. Sherry, you guys are great. Thank you all so much for hanging out. It was fun. I reminded one. Oh, and Sam for the super chat. Boom. Thank you, buddy. You're the shit. Yeah, I reminded why I do actually like doing this. Yeah, my balls are my own again. Exactly. I am the proud owner of 2 male testicles. Okay? And I can do whatever I want. My balls are my own. Nobody tells me what to do. I got to get a new outro. I used to outro with Ruben. Maybe I'll do one more for Ruben just for old time's sake, and then we'll move on from that. Because there we go. Yeah, that's the good one. Yeah, but you guys are great. thank you so much. Still hitting the range. I haven't hit the range in a while, Jake. I've actually been wanting to go back. I took your advice. I went to bulk ammo. I've got 1,000 brass rounds of 9, and I want to go bust some fucking caps. But I haven't gone. But I will. But anyway, there you are still here. Oh, yeah. Yes, exactly. Send your love to Papa Cotton. Send your love. All right, folks. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. And I'll see you guys soon because this was a lot of fun. Ta-ta.
Yeah, good.